So I'm with the one and only DJ, Dexxmaster.
Hello.
First of all, tell me about your name.
Well, when I originally started DJing a few years ago, I was trying to think of a name. There's so many DJ names out there, and I'm thinking, what can I have original? And when I first started, I just used my name, DJ Immy.
Right.
And I didn't think it had a bit of a catch to it. And all that. So as I obviously got a little bit better and all that, I thought, well, let's mess around with the name, and I'll call myself Dexxmaster, as in Master of the Dex. But instead of Decks, I just used DEXX. So
Yeah.
that's where it came from.
I like it a lot.
That's the reason, Dexxmaster.
Yeah. And so you were talking about when you first started out. When did you start out?
It's been I'm into my 8th year now, actually. DJ. I started a little bit later. It's probably a usual thing, I used to go out clubbing, and you go to these places and some of the DJs are, they're probably not what you wanted, and I thought, well, maybe I could have a go at this. I've always been into music. I grew up listening to different kinds of music and the people I grew up with, and I thought, let me give it a go. Luckily, I had a couple of friends who were DJs, and they kind of threw me in the deep end. Like, I'd go to a bar like locally in Luton, where I'm from, and I'd get the first half hour, an hour. And it was like a real eye-opener, because when you first started, you see these DJs, you think, oh, that's easy, I can do that. They're just mixing. You don't realise how much it actually takes until you start doing it yourself.
Yeah.
And all the hours that you have to put in, and mixing and matching and beat matching and everything, it's just quite a lot. So I was quite fortunate where as my friends let me loose on decks.
Yeah.
And then I bought my own pair. I started learning with vinyl, actually.
Right.
So the hard way.
Yeah.
And then now I play CDs. I just don't touch computers at all. I still play CDs.
Right, I was going to ask that, because when I pictured DJing in my mind, I have the vision of someone just going like that on an LP, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not that hot. It's not as easy as that.
No.
Hopefully, I wish it was. I mean, you do get DJs nowadays who just turn up with a couple of iPods and
Right.
think they're DJs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously more to that. It is an art.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not just mixing two songs together. It's having like the next 3, 4, 5 songs in your head. If somebody from the crowd comes and asks you, oh, could you play this, could you play that, trying to mix it in with when you can play it, when you can't play it, or you obviously get people coming in, can you play that, and 2 songs later they come to, oh, you haven't played my song yet. They don't understand. Well, you can't suddenly, if you're playing hip hop,
Yeah.
suddenly just quickly bring in funky house or
Yeah.
dubstep. You have to play it when you're playing that genre.
Yeah. And that's the art of it. You've got to wait for the right moment for that
That's right.
particular
It's
song
watching
to.
the crowd. It's crowding. And a DJ, I've always been told, and I was abide by this myself. Never ever play for yourself. A DJ should always watch the crowd, play to the crowd. That's your job.
Wow.
As long as there's a crowd, then you're doing your job.
Yeah.
If you go to a pub, you're going there to have a little drink and have a little talk. When you go to a club, you're going there for the music.
Yeah.
So the idea of obviously a DJ is to keep you there
Yeah.
until the end.
So it's a lot of people watching as well, really.
Well, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
You like to, they're watching or they're dancing. If they're dancing, then you're doing your job.
Yeah.
So that's how,
And where's the best place you've DJ'd at?
Well, I've done Luton Carnival, which is obviously it's the second biggest one after Notting Hill. 3 years in a row I've done that. I've played in Ministry of Sound. I've been to Ibiza for a few months, a couple of years back. So I've been quite fortunate to do them kind of things. At the moment, I mean, I've had residencies in Liquid Envy, like part of the Luminar division.
Yeah.
So I've done a few of them some of them are quite big. And the Nightingale Club in Birmingham, they call it a super club, and it holds about 1,000 people.
Wow.
So I think the maximum they had at one time was probably about 850.
Yeah.
But still, it's a good crowd. So
Yeah. Well, we're not talking no names. These are big names that
well,
we're talking.
they're half decent clubs. I mean, the Egg Club.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh
on,
yeah. I know that.
I was on there an hour before Seamus Haji came on.
Wow.
So they're kind of like the names. So, I mean, I play quite a lot of reggae, and I've been on stage with people like Beanie Man, Sean Paul, Freddie McGregor. Quite large names in like the reggae industry.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Paul obviously he's a bit more commercial than Beanie Man, so a lot of people have heard of him more.
Yeah.
So when you kind of tell people, or when you've got pictures of these guys, it kind of opens up a few more doors as well.
Definitely.
So it's quite nice.
So what's next for you?
Well, at the moment, it'll be nearly a year. I've actually started working on a radio as well with Tropical FM, which is a local radio station in Luton.
Right.
I've managed to get myself a slot on there, which is going quite well. I'm just working on that really, and I was just trying to open up maybe a few more residencies in London again. It's like with travelling and stuff as well. When you're a bit younger, it doesn't matter where you can go. As you get a little bit older, you kind of pick and choose. Oh, I don't know if I can go there for a month.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go there for a couple of weeks, or so.
Yeah.
Just wherever it opens, I'm open to offers.
Good stuff. So the future's pretty bright then.
I like to think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, DJs obviously play music. As long as people appreciate my music, if you go to a club and at the end of the night you say to yourself, you know what, that DJ there, like, he's quite good. You'll invite your friends. Before you know it, your friends are inviting their friends, and that's half your job done.
Yeah.
That's how you bring up your following. So
definitely. Well, I'll be the judge of that later tonight, I think. So finally, if anyone watching this was thinking about becoming a DJ, what tips would you give them?
Just practice. Practice with either vinyl or CD. Do not use computers until if you want to a bit later on, but really it's an art. Practice it, learn how to mix and match, beat and match. Don't just practice with house music, which is like just 130 BPM or whatever. Try hip hop, try R&B, try reggae, try loads of different beats, and once you get them all in your head, you become a natural. World's your oyster.
Yeah, too right.
And you have to try to do something that's going to be different. You can have 1,001 R&B DJs out there. What's going to make you different? And we're going to want people to come and watch you instead of that other one. You could both play the same kind of music in a different way, but why would you want to come and watch me instead of another DJ who's playing the same? So you have to like think ahead, think, well, what can I do that's going to make people kind of come see me or follow me?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just hard work. Like any job that you do, it's hard work. Practice, practice, practice. Even when you think, oh yeah, that's really good, I can do that. Still practice. Yeah. When you're in a large club, in a small club or in a bar or pub, you can maybe get away with a little mistake here and there. When you're in a large club and there's other people around, and they can hear, and that's when it really matters. It has to be spot on every single time.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Exactly. Whether you have an hour set or you DJ for 10 hours, it doesn't really matter. You have to be spot on.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck tonight. And I'll let you know my thoughts later on.
So, thank you.
Cheers.